Hi there, hello. So, if you've not watched the movie Under Siege, I implore you to please go and watch it. Especially if you're the person, that's desiring the fame of this world, the fleeting, things of this world. Like you just want to really, desire things that is not the will of God for you. I would say go ahead and watch Under the Siege. Yes, you should. So why am I saying you should watch Under the Siege? Looking at everything the movie talks about, literally, it's what is going on in this generation, and they really portrayed everything that's going on in this generation. And I see these are the patterns, these are the things. It will teach you that you don't go to so many. You don't have to be everywhere. Your kind of presence, the kind of person you carry on your inside, you carry the Spirit of God. It's not everywhere you go to. You go to concerts, this, concert, that, and they're not even gospel concert, they're worldly concert. These are the things happening behind the scene. You go, you're jumping, you're happy, you're dancing. You don't know what is happening behind. Why are the crowd always chanting the name? They worship the people. They're not worshiping even the music, they're worshiping the people. They become idols, they become their gods because they're worshiping them. That's the thing. They've done things behind the scene. You're going for Drake, Lil Wayne, all those concerts. That's what's literally happening there because the people are already intoxicated by the spirit of demons. And that is not how we're supposed to live as children of God. You have Christ in you. You're not to be found in such environments because this is literally what happens. Like people are intoxicated, worshiping people. You're worshiping man, whereas you're supposed to be worshiping God. So that's what the movie will tell you, to open your eyes to things that are happening behind the scene. Aside from that, this is for parents. Like if you feel you've been called into the ministry, or if you feel you've been called into a position whereby it will require you traveling, works back to back, whereby you don't have time for kids, let me tell you. If you look at the story of Great Man Tackett in the movie, which portrays Kolade, right? Kolade was having issues, things that he was battling on his inside, but because he didn't have a close relationship with the father, so there are certain things he couldn't tell the father. Maybe if he had a relationship with the father, he would have said, "Oh, Dad, this is what my friend," because his friend that initiated him ended up dying, right? And this is it. Vanity upon vanity, all is vanity, as the Bible says, right? So you see that death, the Bible says there is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end is destruction. There, like destruction was what happened, and he ended up being shot, right? But before they shot him, if the father had taken the time, your home is your first ministry, and I feel like before you even go out there doing anything, make sure you have a close relationship with your home, with the people living in you, and not just for parents. Like you're with a roommate, you share relationship with people, you live in the same house. Make sure there is unity. You guys are talking things, you guys are saying things from the same standpoint. Your mindsets, everything is really the same. Because if I had a close relationship with you, of course I could just approach you and say, "Oh, hi there, I want to talk to you," and you say, "Oh, sure, let's talk," like I do with my besties, right? So you just sit down and you're discussing things. So he didn't have that relationship with his father, so he couldn't even tell him those things till everything went out of hand. He got initiated into cultism, and after joining cultism, you saw what happened. Like that's why I say you need to watch the movie. If you watch the movie, you will understand everything I'm saying. Like got initiated, and before you know it, that's how the devil does. He recruits men from one person being initiated, starts recruiting other people. They're like, you see this fame, you see the money, everything, and that's it. Start bringing people. This is the kingdom of darkness we're talking about. Yeah, the devil is always out to steal, kill, destroy. The end is destruction, like I said. Like it's how to steal, how to kill, and how to destroy. But we are not ignorant of the devices of the enemy, and that is because we have the Spirit of God, we have Christ in us. We know these things, we are discerning, we can see that this is not of God. When you see things that are not of God, you flee. That is what this movie is teaching you. You flee. You have to run your race, run your race. Don't run another person's race. God has called you here. Don't start going here. Like literally, he started dragging all his friends. You see that environment, the people you keep, and that's what this movie will teach you. The people you keep are very important, right? One person is going astray. You will not want to go astray alone. Of course, the devil will want to always drag other people alongside with him. But if you keep friends that are godly, if you keep relationships that are godly, of course, they will lead you to the way everlasting. I'm telling you, you are going to the way everlasting. That's life, the road that leads to life. But if you keep the bad company, keep the wrong friends, they will lead you to the way that leads to death, which is hell. That is it. So, you're a Christian. Listen to me. You're a Christian. You're a believer. Know the kind of relationships you will keep. Know the kind of people. I'm a very big believer on relationships. You don't keep people anyhow. You don't keep. If you see friends that are leading you to on the wrong paths, they are not even leading you to Christ. First of all, my friend, flee. Flee, just flee. That is the word, FLEE. What else do you need? What else do you need to be told? This is not the way that's aligning with the ways of Christ, and you see it happening. You don't need to dwell there. You don't dwell. Come on now. You are the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus. Do you know what that means? You are not supposed to be found in such environment. And that's why I say it's not everywhere you go to. They invite you to so concert, Nicki Minaj concert, this thing. Of course, it's not your nature. You're not to be found in such places, because literally the songs, they're intoxicating you, and this is your soul. This is how so many people have sold their souls to the devil unknowingly. Some people knowingly, like you know you shouldn't be there, but you go there, and your soul ends up being affected. But when you surround yourself with things that are godly, when you surround yourself with things that are spiritual, like surround yourself with the right people, even though not spiritual, but the right people, the right environment, because whoever you keep around you becomes who you are. They affect you spiritually, physically, mentally, everything, mindset. You're all thinking the same, because that is it. That is what environment does, and that is what relationship, the power of relationship. So I implore you, if you have not watched this movie, please go ahead and watch it. Like Under Siege, I spent 2 hours watching. It was really interesting. I can assure you that you would learn a lot of things here. Fine, they shot Great Man Taki. It's one of my favorite artists. They shot him, but I was like, no, because I thought he died, right? I thought he lost his life, and his father came to the altar, preaching. That was a pastor's son, for goodness sake. A pastor's son. So I'm saying, balance, let everything be balanced. Your home is your first ministry. Have a close relationship with your kids, even though you're doing the Lord's work. We understand, but have a close relationship with your kids. Very, very important. Very important. You don't want them running to get advice from outside, which is what is common in today's world. They get advice. The Gen Z generation get advice from outside, social media, things. And they get exposed to things they are not supposed to be exposed to, because there was no forced relationship with them in the home, and people they can talk to that will say, hey, that thing you're doing is wrong. Hey, that thing that way you're going is bad. Come back. When you're talking to a child, oh, don't touch that. They know that, oh, I'm not supposed to touch that. That is bad. So you're supposed to be their guide every single step of the way, and do not be far. And this is not just for parents, you as a person, teenager, youth, millennial, anyone hearing me, do not be far from relationship. Relationship are the people that keep watch over you, that spiritually or anything physically, do not be too far from people. Don't isolate yourself, because that's what the devil does when he wants to destroy a man. He would isolate people. That you saw what happened to Joshua, what's his name in the movie, Timmy, right? He was already distancing himself from his family, going with Gates Baba, which is the one that was trying to bring him into the group and introduce him to Elder. At that point, father was saying, come back now. He's saying, I can't come back. And that is what happens when we keep the wrong company. So be very careful. But we thank God, and I love the way the movie ended, that at least their souls were saved, and that is the power of prayer. Life is spiritual. Don't do life alone. You need praying people around. You need spiritual people. You yourself be a praying man, because the truth is, you can't just live life casually. The devil will mess you up. I'm telling you, you can't just live life. Sorry. I got a call. I mean, you can't just live life without even having that in place, because if they had not had people praying from them, that are Oyo, or like the sister, the family, the friends, if they don't have those people praying for them at that moment, these are people that have spiritual eyes, they are discerning, they can see things even before they happen. So they saw it. God will always reveal to people that are close to you. It always comes from people that are close to you, and when they're telling you, some of you, like, your hearts are so hardened that's what the devil does, to harden your heart, so you're not even listening to anybody. You have to have people that you listen to, so that at that point they were like, let's pray. I saw this, I saw that, because these are spiritual people that God has put over you, and that's why everybody needs to have a spiritual family, right? So they were like praying, interceding on his behalf, on their behalf, and you saw how God came through. Even though Grace Mantake, was stubborn, he still went outside. Let me call it the color day in the movie. He still went outside, and if he had waited, like, the police would have gotten there. Well, Nigerian police now, their cars broke down, that kind of thing, emergency. So like, he went outside. They shot. That movie felt so real. Like, I just connected to it, and that's why I'm explaining this much, because I feel like there's someone that needs to watch that movie. Send it to somebody. You don't know the soul you might be saving, right? So they shot him 3 times, and that's why I thought he died, but thank God prayers went ahead of him. He didn't die. That's the end of the movie. Like, I just gave a summary. You should watch the full. It's 2 hours. It's 2 hours, guys. It's not gonna take anything. It's just 2 hours, and we thank God, like, the 3 of them ended up returning back to church. And that's the thing, the devil will not make you know that you are going too far. Of course, it will look like you're close. You're still close to home, but literally you've gone far. But with God, I tell you, my dear, you're not always too far when it comes to God. No matter how far you've gone, he will always bring you back, and that is, God always does that. He's leaving the 99 to find one every single time, and he has never failed in that, right? So you saw he just brought all of them back to church. The church that you were worshiping, you left here because you wanted fame, because you wanted to be out there, you wanted the money, everything, fame. But look at how they ended up, destruction in the end. So they ended up coming back to the church to worship, to sing in the choir. I mean, because that's where you started from. So, but all of a sudden, you start desiring things that are not of God. You start desiring the things of the world. That is how the devil starts, fleeting things. He brings them to sell to you, and then you buy into it. Start removing you away from your company, start removing you away from your church and your everything, and that's what just happens, and boom, the person is gone, right? So every youth out there, I want to implore you to keep walking with God. Keep your walk with God. God is the only thing you need. I tell you. Though you need, it's through God that every other relationship comes from. But your source. You can't expect to be far from the source, and you think you will not dry up. You will dry up. Literally, you will dry up when you're far away from the source. It dries up. It's how do they put it in Yoruba? Like a river that a river or something that forgets its source is the one that dries up. Like, if you forget your source, you dry up. That's what I'm literally trying to say. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. So go ahead and watch Under Siege. It's Mount Zion movie. They're not paying me for this ad. I mean, I'm just saying mine. Like, go ahead and watch it. You should watch it, and share with your friends, share with people that need to watch it. Thank you, and God bless you. Have a good day. And lastly, I forgot to mention this. One thing that stood out for me in the movie was when they said, you know how high a person can be, and all of a sudden you just drop down. That's what the devil does. It takes you to the highest top of the mountain, and the moment, because the shame, the disgrace, he wants the fall to thank you. The fall is always great, because it takes you to the highest top of the mountain just to throw the person down, just like it did when he tempted Jesus, took him to the highest top of the mountain, and hey, if you look at all the world, I give him everything if he will jump. So he wants to take a person to the highest top of the mountain, but the end thereof, destruction. So let me tell you, God takes you to the top, and it doesn't bring you down. Pride or anything might be another factor that will bring a person down, but I tell you, whatever God gives, he doesn't take. He gives the good. The devil does not give the good. Thank you.